Well, it is February 25th, 2020. Said it's 25 degrees out. And as you can see, we got another one of those snows. So it's going to be another one of those days where it's kind of like, but you know what? It don't matter. You just got to find something to do. Well, here I am sitting in the back of my truck. Got me a Code Red. Got me a can of beefaroni. You know what? What's the story about that beefaroni? I'll tell you what's kind of funny about that beefaroni. I throwed that on just on the dash of the truck, turned the defroster on, and you know you gotta watch it that don't get too hot. But you know, just a little short drive out here wasn't going to get that hot, so that's the way it warmed. So and it's edible. So you know, this is kind of a message for, and I'm not going to say old people. I'm going to say experienced people. Okay, us people with a lot of experience. Okay, we've experienced a lot of stuff in our days, and we've seen a lot of things come. We've seen a lot of things go. Some good, some bad, and some just didn't make no difference at all. But I was talking to a person today, and they told me that their parents had just retired, and they sat at home all the time on the couch. She said the only time they get out to do anything is whenever they go to the store, and she worried about them, you know, dying because they're just sitting in the house. They're just wasting away. Well, you know, that's entirely on you. And don't get me wrong, I understand that everybody ain't in good health. I understand that everybody's got some aches and pains, got some things wrong with them. I understand that. You know, I mean, far be it from me to chastise anybody because they can't do this or can't do that. But I will chastise everybody because if you don't try, if you sit there and you let yourself get in a position where the only thing you do is get up off that couch, go take a leak or take a dump in the bathroom there, or get up off that couch, go get you a chicken wing out of the icebox. If you got that much ambition, then you ought to have enough ambition to get up there. And I'm not saying you got to get out there and you know, do a 25-mile hike, okay? But you know, here's the thing. What most people don't realize, but us experienced people don't realize, but you should realize, that the condition and the shape that you're in right now took years to get there, okay? It might have took 20 years, it might have took 30 years, it might have took 50 years. I don't know. But here's the thing. So you can't expect to reverse that in just, you know, watching a couple of health videos and eating healthy and all that stuff. It's going to take time. And the way you are right now is it was a slow, gradual change, and it was a change that you did notice. And so now you've got to notice, and you've got to reverse that change, and you've got to get out there and you've got to do things for yourself. You know, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a what do you want to call it? Health therapist. I ain't nobody. I'm just an experienced person. Okay, and I myself personally, I refuse to sit there and go out without a fight. Okay, I know I'm not going to live forever. None of us are. But the only thing I'm saying is that the time I got left, and we don't know when that's going to be, I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to do the things that I want to do. Okay? So that's what I'm saying. You know, I tell you, I just tell you a little story. And last year, when all this COVID stuff was going hot and heavy, and they had us in the lockdowns and the mask things, and had everybody afraid to go outside and fart because he's afraid he's going to get COVID, okay? I was like everybody else. I thought, well, there ain't no need in pushing it like there and all this kind of stuff. So I stayed in the house. And most of the time I didn't get out like I should have. And that was just for the winter, of course. And that few months, just like from, January, February, March, my knee got to bother me, and it hurt like hell. And I got to the point where I could not even walk on it. And I'm going, man, what's the deal here? What's the deal? Well, I've always had trouble with this one knee, even when I was a youngster. I injured it many years ago, or twisted or something. I don't know. It wasn't no major deal. And it's always bothered me a little bit. I'm going, well, but like I said, last year, got to the point where I just thought, man, I've got to go to the doctor now. I'll bet you I have to have a knee replacement. It hurt that bad. And then I was sitting there one day there, and I'm going, wait a minute. Instead of just sitting here whining about it, let's try to figure out what's going on. So it's kind of like I thought about it, and I thought about things I'd done in the past and all this other kind of stuff, how I could have thought about hurting all this stuff. And I come up with many different reasons. But then I thought, it's hurt before. What did I do? It hurt before, and how did I keep it from hurting? Well, then I started doing some research, started doing some reading of all things, and I learned a few things. Now with me, I can't, I'm not saying to anybody else, but with me, my knee would swell up. Sometimes it'd be big enough where I couldn't even hardly get down my pant leg there because it swelled up so much that it was just too big. And so I did some research, and what I found out was it was inflammation. Okay, inflammation, everybody says, yeah, that's when you get just a minor irritation and it goes away in a few days. Well, sometimes it don't. Sometimes inflammation will compound itself, and it just keeps getting worse. And that's what happened in my case. Because then I got to do some more reading. And, it hurts so bad, I'd ready to try anything. I'd ready to go out there with the old axe there and just chop the damn thing off there and whittle me out a pole there and make me an extra leg. So I thought, well, anything I try, you got to help it. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with going to the doctor, but it's like most doctors, and they're good people, I'm not saying anything bad about them, but most of them have been programmed to treat the symptoms, not give you the cure. There are exceptions to all things, like whenever you get a infection, they give you antibiotics and all this kind of stuff. But most of them are there just to treat the symptoms and not give you the cure. Because, I'm going to say what I'm going to call a spade a spade. Big Pharma can't make any money that way, okay? And you know good and well that everybody's hooked on drugs, that all it does is, well, this will make you feel better. This will help you sleep. This will help you stay awake. This will help you do this. This will help you go to the bathroom. And you know what? Ain't none of them fixing the problem. They're just doing the symptoms. But anyway, I got doing some research, and I found certain things that helps inflammation. And I believe in natural cures. And these were just natural things, just natural spices. I'm not going to say what they are there because I'm not going to recommend this to anybody. I don't want anybody thinking, well, he's practicing medicine, because I ain't. I'm just telling you personal experience. So anyway, I found some natural spices, natural herbs, and all this kind of stuff. And I don't get me wrong, I ain't no health guru, and I ain't no health nut, and I ain't no vegan and that shit. I'm just a person that I want to be the best I can for me, and this only works for me. And so I started taking this stuff there, and pretty soon, after about a week taking this stuff, my knee started going down. Wasn't swollen up near as bad as it was. By the time a month rolled around there, I was walking on it pretty good. I mean, every once in a while it hurt a little bit. I'm going, man, this is all right. And I've been taking it now for a year now, and my knee doesn't bother me. It doesn't swell up. As a matter of fact, people say, well, your knees are popping. You got bad knees. Yeah, that's horseshit. If your knees are popping, you got good knees. And I'll tell you the reason why. That means you're getting rid of the excessive airspace in there and popping them, and they always feel better when you pop them. If they ain't popping, you're in trouble. But anyway, that's the way it works to me. So now both my knees pop. They feel good. I get out, and I was out today, and I was walking up and down the hills. I hiked probably about a mile or so, and in this cold weather, and it's just, I'm just saying, find out what works for you, okay? Don't sit on that couch chair and watch your life just waste away. Get out there, because tell you what, and find out what it is that inspires you to get out there and do things. Whatever it is. With me, it's motorcycle riding, camping, hiking, whatever the case may be. Right now, I'm just sitting in the back truck here, eating a cold can of beefaroni and drinking a Mountain Dew, because that's what I wanted to do. Sitting here looking out across the lake, watching the birds and stuff, and talking to you. Because you got to do what's right for you. You got to find what's right for you. Do some research. Do a self-evaluation and figure out what your troubles is, and figure out what your woes is, and fix them. Don't take just stuff to help the symptoms. Fix them. My doctor, very unique guy. I went there one time, I forget what it was, I'd done something, and walked in there, and he looks at me, and he never says a word. He just looked at me. And I kind of grinned, and I said, well, how you doing? He says, well, tell me what your problem is. And I said, well, you're the doctor. Ain't you supposed to let me know? He says, no, you know you better than I do. He said, you tell me what your problem is. He says, and I can help your symptoms. And he said, if we can cure it, we'll cure it. But he says, I don't know nothing about you. And I'm going, you know what, that makes sense. And I like my doctor. I respect my doctor. He's good. He's a good man. But he had enough sense, instead of saying, well, tell me what your symptoms are and all this kind of, he waited for me to tell him what my problem was. Because a lot of times when somebody asks you something, it can be misleading. It can kind of lead you in a direction where you really didn't want to go. So, and he said, no, he said, you tell me what your problem is, what your symptoms are, have you had it before? And so I'm going, you know what, that makes sense. And if you had it before, then remember what you did. Anyway, get out, get off the couch, just get out and find something, whatever it is that you like doing. And I'm talking to people who's getting ready to retire. You think, man, I'm going to sit back and relax. Don't do it. You relax a little bit, but you keep going, okay? And with me, like I said, I'll sit out here and eat beefaroni in the back of the truck and make little videos. But I stay active. I keep going, and I do what I can. But like I said, it's not going to happen overnight. It took years to get you in the position you are, to get you in the shape you are, and you're not going to do it overnight. Take your time. Do it. Take baby steps. Baby steps. It's like doing push-ups. Do one. You do one for a couple 3 weeks, okay? Then you do 2, okay? Then you do 2 for a couple 3 weeks. And then you do 3, and just works. It's baby steps. Take baby steps. That way you don't get hurt, and you're not going to break something that shouldn't be broke. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of put that out, because, like I said, when that gal at the gas station told me her parents just sat on the couch there, and I thought, man, I said, that is a shame. You spent your entire life working, finally get to the point where you can sit back, relax, and do what you want to do, and then you just sit on the couch, look at one another, stare back and forth, wondering, where did the years go? The best years are ahead of you. The best years are the ones that you're going to make to come, because now you've got time to do it. So it's up to you. Get out there and make that time work for you. You work for that time, now make that time work for you. So, it's like, that's just kind of and that was the whole thing I started these videos for, was get the experienced people out there inspired to make that time work for them. So anyway, that's just kind of a little rant, little message. But I hope the experienced people, the older people, kind of understand what I'm talking about. And if I can inspire just one person to get up off the couch, then I'm happy, because that's just one person, okay? And that person might tell another person, and that person might tell another person. And it's like the pay it forward thing, It's all baby steps. But get out there and do your thing. And so anyway, I'm a motorcycle rider, so I gotta say it. Hey, Ride safe, ride free. Do it your way. Enough of that.